All right, Shalom. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp. We're coming to you today with a quick lesson. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 100% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the BAHASHAM, double dot, the house of David. Shalom. All right. Once again, this is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp, coming to you with a quick lesson today. Salakia, the memory's running low on the phone. So if the video does go off, Lord willing, is still edifying through the audio, and we'll try to get it back up. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the lesson. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, and verse 1. And it reads, "Now faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." All right. So faith is something that Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi gives to his people. All right. His men, first and foremost, the 144,000. All right. And you can obtain faith by fasting and praying more, but it is a measure that is given by Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. All right. It's not something you can buy or sell or anything like that. Continuing on, verse 2. "For by the elders obtain a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were formed by the word of power." So by its very word, Yahawah made Yahawashi and had formed the worlds just by his word, through faith. Salakia. So that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Salakia, the video went out, but we're just going to keep on going through the spirit. Abaratazah, it's working. Salakia, made of things which do appear. All right, so as the world exists now and as the universe exists, it is for faith. Yahawah formed Yahawashi, and through Yahawashi everything was made with faith. All right? Continuing on, by faith Abel offered unto the power a more excellent sacrifice than Cain. So Yahawah took pleasure in Abel's sacrifice and denied Cain's sacrifice. All right? And it was by faith. Continuing on, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous. Power testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. All right? Verse 5, by faith Enoch was translated, that he should not see death. So Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi translated Enoch that he shouldn't see death, that he went right up into the spiritual realm. All right, and that was all through faith alone. All right, that Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi made that happen for Enoch. All right, continuing on, and was not found, because the power had translated him. For behold, his translation, he had this testimony, that he pleased the power. So through all these accounts, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi needed one thing of his people, which was faith. The faith in him, the faith to do it, the faith to be delivered, as we're hoping to be delivered right now of the hopeful elect. All right, go ahead and pull that scripture.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 2. "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience."
When you fall into diverse temptations, the trying of your faith worketh patience. All right, so whether you get in a car accident, whether you're late on your rent, whether your BM leaves you, whether you got child support, whether you lose your job, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to rely on Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi and the faith that he gave you, that he will deliver you out of it, out of those troubles. All right? Because only through this thing that we are in, through Apostle Tahar on down, all right, the measure of faith each individual man has through Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right? Go ahead, continue. I'll pull that next script slide.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly according as the power hath dealt to every man the measure of faith.
Khan. So Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI gave every man their measure of faith. My faith is not going to be the same as these brothers. These brothers is not going to be the same as mine. Apostle Tahar's faith is not going to be the same as somebody else's. Obviously not. That's why he's Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakar. All right? These are men with different measures of faith. All right? And respectably. All right? But Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI gives each man their measure and the measure that he wants you to have. Okay? So don't take it as a light thing. It's Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI blessing you to understand in the faith and that you have. But if you would like more faith, fast and pray. All right? Fast and pray for more faith, for more understanding, for wisdom and knowledge. All right? Go ahead and pull. Okay.
Book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. James, a servant of Yahweh and of Lord YAHAWASHI HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Khan. So once again, the trying of this is patience. You gain patience. The trying is joy through faith. All right? This is all faith-based. Solely. Every account that happened is through faith. It is a requirement. All right?
The book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 2, the Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my power, and I will prepare him an habitation, my Father's power, and I will exalt him.
And how do we exalt Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI? With song? With calling upon his name? But you don't call upon his name without hope and without faith. You call upon the name of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI with faith. You gave up this world for faith in Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right? You got that?
Yeah. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 81. My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word.
Khan, read that again, Slakia.
Book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 81, and it reads, My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word.
Khan. So, what we hope for salvation. Hope is what? Can you see hope? No, you can't. Can you buy hope? No, you can't. Hope is no more than a form of faith. We are the hopeful elect. All right? And we do this work faithfully. All right? Once again, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right? And to go into another account of faith, we'll go to the book of Matthew.
Book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 8. The centurion answered and said, Lord, Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh. and to my servant, do this, and he does this, and he doth it. When Yahawashi heard it, he marveled and said it to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel.
Con. So the centurion had faith that his servant would be healed. He said, I'm not even worthy for you, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, to come into my home. But if you say it, if you say so, my servant shall be healed by the very word that you spoke. The centurion didn't have anything but faith. And Yahawashi said he had not seen a greater faith.
And this is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 12. And it reads, Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. But their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same, veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Hamashiach.
God, you went a little too far on that one.
Yeah.
Slakia. And I didn't stop you, Slakia. But go ahead and read the first verse again. Slakia.
Okay. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 12. Seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech.
God. So we have such hope. That hope is faith. Once again, because this is the topic of the lesson, I'm going to pull it out again. The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good report. All right? So this is all faith-based. All right? And faith is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Mexicans. You are the children of Israel. All right? And faith is what you're going to need in this time. Faith is always what we need, Israel, because we're coming up upon Jacob's trouble in some dark days. It is only faith that is going to get you through. All right? Calling upon the names of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, returning back to the power with faith that you will be delivered and that you are the chosen people of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. It is all about faith. All right? This is the book of Hebrews, book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the power must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So you must seek Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI diligently. And you must have what? Faith. All right? You got one more?
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Slack it. Oh. Slack it. Read that again.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 6, and it reads, But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Khan. So your faith needs to be rooted, you need to be rooted in your faith, in Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right? If you're not rooted in that faith, you cannot have Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Once again, this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the power must believe that he is So you must believe that you have the faith and that he is. All right? That YAHAWASHI is. And that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right? That's it.
All right, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 12. For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahawah, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Khan. So you have to be rooted once again in this faith. All right? You have to understand that faith is given to you, Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Mexicans, so on and so forth. It is given unto you. And each man its measure. Each man, each woman its measure. All right? Is faith. This belongs to us. All right? We are the children of the Most High. All right? Read 2 scripts over again. All right? This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by the elders obtain a good report. All right? So those are the things that we need. Our faith, hope. And going to verse 6 and close out. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 6. And it reads, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the power must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Sorry about the camera and the memory, but, Lord willing, it's edifying to the body. We're going to give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 100% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayasha Dabadad, House of David. Once again, this is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.